Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Ty from No Picks Podcast.
Good evening, family. Joe, No Picks Podcast.
All right, so today we got some more Philly content to react to. All right, so Joe, you and I spoke about this once, right? It was actually one of the clips that we mentioned on one of the pods one day. So there's a group of gas stations that keep being robbed and burglarized and shit, right? So the owner of the gas station hired armed security, right? And he has multiple gas stations throughout Philly. He hired armed security, and because he keeps getting robbed. So this is one of the gas stations that he hired armed security in. Something happened. I'm gonna play the clip. We're gonna react to the content. All right.
Lord, all right.
Here we go. Boom.
Johnny, investigators say this all started as some kind of a dispute, an argument between a driver outside who had an SUV with a barbecue cooker attached to the back and the man inside hired to protect the store and the employees along with the customers. It ended in gunfire and one man dead. Surveillance video shows the moments when Philadelphia police say a man confronted an armed private protection agent hired by the gas station. Investigators tell us the agent put his hand on the man. The man pulled out a gun from his waistband. The agent then fired, killing the man.
The security guard was struck one time in the leg, and this man was shot multiple times during the incident and was later pronounced.
I don't know why he would put himself in that kind of situation with the armed security guard.
The shootout unfolded Tuesday night after 7 o'clock at the Sunoco gas station at the corner of Poplar Street and West College Avenue, right across from the Girard College campus. A bullet even pierced the window of a nearby row home where a family lives.
There was some kind of altercation between the security and the individual. It had to do with a truck that was parked by the entrance. I think that SUV had some kind of barbecue attachment to it.
Has your employee been released from the hospital?
No, he's probably going to be there for at least another 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I must say he's a hero.
Andre Boyer runs the private company Pennsylvania Site State Agents and tells us he works with gas stations and hotels to provide protection. He explains his agent, who was shot in the leg last night, is expected to recover.
Just 3 weeks ago, he had a newborn. Can only imagine what was going through his mind during that shootout.
Philadelphia police tell us the security footage is key to their ongoing investigation, which will include looking at the protocol surrounding the protection agent, who is currently not charged in the case.
That's something that the state licenses people to be armed security, while they're working as an Act 235 agent. So as long as they're doing that, they're allowed to do that. Now we'll investigate to make sure all the licensing was in order.
Again, that investigation continues. It's ongoing. Next stop would be the district attorney's office. And on a final note, you heard me mention that a stray bullet pierced the window of a nearby row home. No one inside that home was hurt. Reporting live outside of police headquarters, I'm Rosemary Connors.
Bro.
Wow.
Huh. I mean, bro, all right, so let me ask you this question. All right, you know what? What's your thoughts on this?
That's one of the dumbest ways to die.
What, bro? Like
it happened it escalated so quickly. My mouth dropped because I'm like, wait, how'd it go from that to that? It went to 0 to 100 in like 3 seconds. I was like, bruh, that's a stupid way to die. Confronting armed security, pulling out your gun as if that man's not going to shoot you or try to shoot you. My first thought is this is so stupid. This is a stupid way to die. It's a stupid way to die, bro.
Man, look, I think the guy who hired that company, because this is the second time we saw this dude, right? The black dude who he owns the security company that
Yeah. That was one of his.
That was one of his people. Yeah.
Oh, because then they did the gas station on Clearfield and Broad.
So this is the second situation. Because you remember the first situation, the dude threw a rock at the security guard. The dude shot at him. Nobody got hit.
Right.
This situation, the guy comes in the store, pulls out his gun, shoots the security guard in the leg. The security guard hits the dude in the face and the leg, and the dude dies. So apparently, listen, they need them banana clips inside these gas stations, bro, because like people for whatever reason are acting a fucking fool with this shit. Like I don't get it, bro.
Yeah, I don't get it either. And yes, I didn't realize it was the boy. Yeah, he got that
Same
big
dude.
ass gun. It's the same dude as his company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and clearly the fact that stuff like this is happening shows that gas stations do in fact have a need to have armed security, bro, because people is going in there just wilding, man.
Yo,
Like,
that's a completely unreasonable response. No matter what those two argued about outside, the dude, when he came in, the dude was already strapped. So he knew what time it was from the rip. So
right,
it's like he went in there looking for violence.
right.
And he ended up getting popped and going to the upper room. And it's like, I'm glad this stuff exists. I'm glad the surveillance, the security footage exists and stuff like that. Because if you take that in a vacuum, you're like, oh well, and the dude was white, right? So there's a racial
Yeah,
component to it too.
right,
So people would
right,
have been like, black dude gets shot by armed white dude,
right.
and blah blah. So we would have just ignored the fact that the white dude was armed, that the black dude was armed. We would have ignored that. We wouldn't nobody. The news would have never talked about that shit.
Right.
And they would
Yeah.
have just been like, black dude gets shot from altercation from white security guard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
We've talked about
that's
that.
what the story would have been.
Right, and the news loves to fuel that the race division. You know what I mean? Like they like to fuel the racial divide, the tension. Like they'll just spin it, and I no context, just bam, black man killed by white man. That's it. Like that'll be the headline. So you're so right, bro. You're so right, and it's crazy because I don't know if you see this. There's a clip circulating now, and I think it's either Slim Thug or Waka Flocka. I'm sorry that I'm confusing the two, but two very different people, right?
Right,
Not all
right,
black people
right,
look the same. I'm not
right.
trying to be, but one of them was just like these gangsters out here is nothing but just like overly emotional feminine men.
Right.
He was just like these dudes that you claim are street dudes and gangsters, they're just emotional. You know what I mean? They don't think logically and they make rash, impulsive, emotional
Yeah.
decisions. So this is I thought about that clip because I'm like, this is so true. Like, come on, you got a grown ass man. You gotta how emotional are you that you gotta have you have a simple altercation and you gotta pull a gun out to prove a point. Like that's too much emotion for
It
me,
is.
bro.
It is
Like,
definitely.
and we've
Yeah.
talked about this too. Like these younger boys are
No,
growing
no, no,
up and they're
no,
all
bro. He wasn't no young man. That
no,
motherfucker
he
had.
was older.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he
older
was
than us
older.
for sure.
And
1,000%. He
it's
was.
sad.
Yeah.
And our young men are following in that same footstep because they are emotional, bro. Like the 8 teenagers who were shot by the kids, the 15-year-old orchestrated it. Like these young guns pulling up guns too, and they're reacting to things emotionally, and that's what scares me about Philly too. Because in Philly, and you know this, we've talked about this. You can't even correct somebody or say
Right.
something to somebody without being ready to fight,
Yeah.
and it's so sad. Like I hate littering. Even and if I see somebody litter, even years ago, I stopped because when I saw somebody with a trash can next to her and she dropped the trash right on the floor, and I was like, the trash can's right there, and she cussed me out, and I was like, you right. And a couple other times it was with men, but the thing is, you got to think if I say something to this dude, I'm gonna have to fight, and then
Right.
you have to ask
Right.
yourself, is it worth it?
Yeah.
So just to say like some people in like Philly, just like you don't want to say nothing. That's why I just mind my business now. That brotherly love is a thing of the past, man.
Why couldn't the dude just swing on the guy? Like now, I'm not saying that would have been right? But
Right.
like, why can't you settle it that way? Why you just gotta push the dude and then the dude push you back? Apparently, the dude seems stronger, right? So you pull out your gun and try to kill that man. What do you think the end result would have been?
Right.
Even if you succeeded in getting rid of the guy, what
Right.
would have happened to you?
You're done. Your face is all over the video camera, like like you're done. Your life is over with, bro. Like you're going to jail for life. Hopefully, you know what I mean, for some stupid shit, some stupid stuff like that. I hope they're giving them the book, but yeah, I don't know, bro. This is sad, man. This is sad, and the thing is, this type of stuff is only gonna get worse as the summer
Absolutely,
comes in.
absolutely.
People get crazy when the summer comes here,
Yeah,
bro. Like this,
yeah.
this is the spring, and we ain't even get consistent sunny weather yet. But wait till it starts getting consistently 65, 70, 75 for like weeks at a time. It's gonna get crazy. It's only gonna get worse. And
Now
what
we
scares
didn't
me too,
do this.
yeah,
We didn't do this story, right? But the guy who owns these chain of Sunoco's in Philly,
yeah,
he's an Indian dude, and the Indian dude kept getting robbed. He kept getting robbed, and people kept coming into his shop taking the ATM machine out. So he was like,
right,
you know what, fuck it, and he hired the black guy's security company, and they walk around with these big ass automatic rifles. They got they sidearm, all that
right,
stuff, and they do it because they got to protect the guy because the guy's paying them.
right,
When it first happened, there was a lot of people in Philly like, oh no, this is overkill. We can't have situations like this. This ain't no third world country. okay, cool. It's cool for you to say that because you don't own the goddamn Sunoco that's keep getting robbed.
Right.
You don't have any stake in it. So to you, it don't fucking matter. You like, oh, okay, cool.
Right.
Okay, they get robbed. It is what it is. Go call insurance. No,
Right.
bro. Like that man was like any one of those situations that could have ended in ending that man's life.
Right.
So he hires a security company, and apparently he's getting his money's worth because he's like deterring situations. And I mean, if this don't deter something, listen, if this don't take that chain of Sunoco's off the I might rob you radar, I don't know what will.
Right. And I think it's a great. I mean, listen, I understand that it's gotten so bad that these gas station owners. How many businesses have we heard of in the past couple of years that have closed down because they keep getting robbed? And depending on the state that they're in, they don't follow anything that's less than $1,000 or petty theft because they don't want to do paperwork. They don't want to. They just let it slide. And business owners are just like, I can't make this is not sustainable. Like no one's gonna charge them. There's not gonna be any justice. They can come here any day and do the same thing again. No one's gonna. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's bad for business. So this is what this Sunoco bull said. The Indian bull said, "Nah, not today, bro. You ain't robbing my gas stations, bro." And this is sad,
He's
man.
getting his money worth.
Really is.
And these issues are the minority. What normally happens because I was, bro. I'm from that neighborhood. Like I'm the Green and Knox is where I'm from. There's a Sunoco right there. I don't know if that guy owns it, but like there's a Sunoco right there, right?
Yeah.
And what used to happen was that when I went in there, I never stole anything, right? But I used to see people go in there and kind of just like take bubble gums and take chips and get a pretzel, press the button, put the cheese on it, and just walk the fuck out. And the guy behind the counter wouldn't even fight because he'd be like, "Bro, it's only like a bag of chips, it's only a pretzel. I'm not fighting that shit." Right. So it's like I'm sure that company is worth its weight in gold because it stops all of that shit.
Right.
All the petty thing that not the crazy ass shit that just happened that we just saw in the video, but the petty thing. Somebody coming in and taking a bag of Doritos and just being like, I ain't paying for this shit and leaving.
Yeah, and just leaving. Right. Damn, man. This is wild, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's unfortunate. As you can see, one of the stray bullets too went through somebody's window too. So like situations that like this, like you don't know what could happen. You don't know where one of them bullets might ricochet or might fly through. You know what I mean? It might be another casualty.
Right.
Thank God there wasn't any. But like,
bro,
this is what scares me
how
about
much
these
would they
situations.
have to pay you to work for the security company
in Philly?
No. The same security company. That's apparently that keep being in the news. How much would the black bull with the banana clip? If you apply for this job, how much would the hourly rate have to be in order for Joe to be like, yo, I want this job?
Well, I just realized
they see an action. Like, so let me
I'm gonna say $35.40 an hour. $35.40.
That's fair. Like,
right? Like union type fees. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because if you take, I just found out, but I was watching a video, $20 an hour is about $40,000 a year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm not risking my life for 40 racks. Like, you're going to bump that up a little bit because that's wild.
Right.
I'd say $35-40 an hour. I'll be like, all right, bro. You know what I mean? Because hopefully you don't have to use your gun that often or at all. You know what I mean? So I'm getting that good. I'd say $35-40. But yeah, but even the cops, I was too afraid to be a cop because I'm like, nah, not in Philly, bro. I can't be a cop in Philly, man.
No,
like it's crazy out here. How much would you pay me to do that? I'm like, I'm good, bro. Some things you can't put a price on.
No.
Like my life, I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
But no, this is interesting, bro. But we're seeing this, and like I said, this is like a microcosm. You said this before, a microcosm of a bigger issue, which is that crime continues to rise as the cost of living is going up, and so we're seeing crime spikes everywhere. We're seeing businesses shutting down. We're seeing malls shutting down. We're seeing the looting happening. We're seeing all of this happening, and it's like, yo, before it gets better, it's gonna get worse, and I'm afraid to see where we're gonna be like in the next year.
Right, bro. There was news articles. I watched a CNN story and I saw a Fox story about the same thing, bro. Apparently, the FBI is like cooking the books on crime.
Yeah, what you mean?
They're lowering the crime statistics.
Why?
So it's like, I guess to make Biden look good, because Biden is saying, hey, crime is lower. But like when you look at the actual, like when they say, hey, if the FBI says, hey, crime is lower in Chicago. When you look at the actual Chicago statistics, Chicago is like, homicide is up like 14%, aggravated robbery is up like 14%, and all these other things are up, but the FBI says it's down.
Yeah.
So it's like, so people are like, yo, bro, what the fuck? Like Like,
Yeah.
so basically, like they're cooking the books and making it seem like America is more safe than it actually is, and it's actually
That's
less
sad.
safe for whatever
Yeah.
reason. Listen, you can blame the migrants, you can blame whoever you want. I'm not saying one way or the other, but it's being reported on by multiple outlets that the FBI is lying about the crime statistics.
Oh man, this is interesting.
Right.
This is interesting because the
So,
Biden administration is also going hard trying to basically gaslight American citizens and say that inflation is not here, that it's much lower than it is. Like,
right.
they're just saying it's ridiculous that you guys think we're still dealing with high inflation. It's like, bro, food is still expensive. Grocery shopping, you know what I mean? Like, they're gaslighting on so many issues, and to think that they're doing that on crime is crazy. They're doing it on crime. They're doing it on the Israel situation. They're doing it on the Ukraine situation. They're doing it on this is they lying to us, bro. We getting scammed, bro.
Yeah.
We getting the okie doke, bro. This is crazy. No, this is so. Yeah, it gets worse before it gets better. So what I would say to the family is, y'all be safe. If you ain't licensed to carry or you ain't licensed to hold something, I suggest that you guys all do that. We're all for
Yeah.
gun ownership.
Yeah.
Listen,
Take
I'm
them.
all for gun ownership.
Listen.
Just be prepared and keep yourself safe, man, because it's wild out here. And if you're afraid of guns, get over it, because the crazy people out there with guns
Right.
have them. So you should have one as well and
Me and my
protect your
man was
family.
talking at work, and we were like, because fucking the literacy rate amongst our people right now, like the black kids in school right now, these motherfuckers are reading at like a third or fourth grade level. Like even the
Right,
17, 18-year-olds, right?
right,
Me and my man were talking at work. We like, bro, these people have no other choice but to be criminals. So
right.
10, 15 years from now, these 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds that can't fucking read and are not going to be able to get a fucking job are just going to be breaking in motherfuckers' houses and taking their shit.
Right.
Because they not going to starve to death. So, family, like Joe just mentioned, get your license, strap up. I mean, it's illegal to make booby traps in your crib or whatever. I was gonna be like, do the home, like do the joint where, you make like a pit and put like sticks in it with somebody walking.
No, it's real out here. Be safe. Be safe, man,
Because
because
because the kids don't think they even need to read though, because they think they're all going to be like social media millionaires. So they don't
right,
think so that's you can tell
right,
me what you think, but that's why they don't think reading is important. That's why they don't think like learning how to do the hard, difficult things as far as like academic shit is important. So because they're
right,
all like, hey, we're all going to be Kai Cenat, we're all going to be Aiden Ross, we're all going to be some kind of rich social media person. And what basketball and rapping and football used to be for us back in the day, social media is for them, which takes far less talent, right? You don't like for us, if you want to be a basketball player growing up, you knew pretty fucking early if you were at that skill level or not.
right,
So you knew by like 16 or 15 or 16 if you had that kind of talent, right?
right.
So and it was so you could weed that shit out. Me, I played basketball all my fucking life until I got to freshman year of high school. Then I was like, yo, I'm not as good as these dudes.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I gotta work a regular life. I gotta, like I was like,
WNBA ain't in the cards.
it's not in the cards. It's not in the cards for me. So
Or
I was
NBA.
able to identify that literally ninth grade year in high school, and I was like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I finished playing basketball in ninth grade, and I was like, I didn't even play basketball in 10th grade because I was like, yo, the dudes in here are so good that, and they all ended up going to Villanova. Kyle Lowry was the starting point guard in my high school. So this motherfucker's in the NBA. You know what I mean? So it's like, I saw firsthand what that kind of talent was. And when I realized it, I was like, that ain't me.
Right.
So I was like,
No, that's real. That's
so,
real.
but the kids now are just like, yo, they all think they could just post shit on social media. I got family members, bro, you met them. I got family members. We are hanging out. They like, well, I'm like, yo, bro, what you up to? Well, we just chilling. We doing social media. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. That means
I mean, we're doing it too, but we also have jobs, careers. Like, we got money coming in from different places. Like, we doing it too, but until you blow up, you gotta have something else coming in. Like,
but they think that it's just gonna hit them one day. Like one day they're gonna wake up, there's gonna be $1 million in their account because they got so popular overnight on social media. It's crazy. But those are the same people, bro, that's gonna be breaking them motherfuckers' cribs in 10 years.
right. No, yeah, I agree. It's going to be the people who can't read and write, the people who already have criminal records, the people who Yeah, the unskilled labor, people who decide not to do anything after high school, even if they graduated. It's gonna be interesting. It really really is, bro. We don't want to spread fear, but we're just saying that the country's in an interesting place right
Right.
now. We're seeing crime spike all over the country, so just be safe, man, and protect yourselves because it's gonna be interesting, and it gets worse before it gets better. We keep saying that, like it's only gonna get worse before it gets better. So
Right.
but anyway, let's open it up to the family. What do y'all guys think? I mean, if anybody from Philly here, if you've seen armed security at your gas stations, like let us know what that experience has been like, or if you're seeing more of it throughout the city, do you support it? I'm with it for now. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if I had a poppy store somewhere in North Philly, I'd want an armed security guard too, bro.
Right.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'd probably want one too, bro, because people be drawn, man. Like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that's it, bro. Any final thoughts?
If I had a poppy store or a corner store, I have a fucking junkyard dog in there, just mean mugging everybody.
Something, man.
Yeah.
Something. Don't be out there, just vulnerable.
Yeah.
Don't be caught lacking. All right, y'all. Well, be safe. Until next time.
Next time, yeah. Shit.